What is up, guys, and welcome to another Q&A, and let's get started. FQ says, what do you think about the new Google Plus YouTube layout? Personally, I kind of like it, but it has some humongous issues. Basically, if someone posts a comment and it's very controversial, people are commenting and replying to this comment, a billion times, it shoots up to the top of the comment section. For example, there's this YouTuber called Boogie2988, right? He makes a lot of those overweight videos where he kind of makes fun of himself. He has his character called Francis, and he like curses and goes crazy. I'm not a fan of those videos really, but I'm really a fan of when he really sits down, he really gets real and talks in the camera. Very cool guy, very good videos. But when he does these videos, when he plays this character called Francis and he's yelling, he's basically acting like a redneck big guy, overweight guy, and he gets a lot of these comments that are just really bad. Tell him to go kill himself, just tons of bad stuff. And because people reply to that comment and that comment gets the most replies, it shoots up to the top of the comment section. Not to mention all the links people have been posting. I mean, you got all sorts of crap on YouTube, viruses, and even screamers. Oh my gosh, I hate the screamers. And to get back on topic, even in my video, you have people saying, oh, Guild Wars 2 is dead. Of course people are going to reply to that. That shoots up to the top. And by the way, Guild Wars 2 is not dead at all. And you have this other guy here that thinks it's dumb to think that any MMO that's coming out that has a subscription fee is going to fail. Period. I have to disagree. I mean, yes, we have SWTOR that failed and went free to play. We have Terra that failed and went free to play. We have, what else? The Secret World that failed and went free to play. But the subscription fee is only a part of the reason why these games failed. It was the game that failed, all right? Why would someone pay a subscription fee when they don't like the game or there's so many problems with the game? The reason why World of Warcraft had so many millions of subs back then was because it was a good game, right? People loved it. I hear people get all nostalgic all the time. Oh my gosh, I remember the first 2 expansions. It was great. And they paid for it because it was worth it. They played all the time. There was even studies how kids will just like totally die from playing so much because they love the game and they played it, so it was worth paying the subscription fee. But yes, subscription fees do scare people away. Why play a game or even try a game out to see if you like it when you could just play a free game? Guild Wars 2 is not free, but you can get it pretty cheap. And just always seems to be some $30 deal for Guild Wars 2. Games like Elder Scrolls and WildStar, they're gonna have to set their game up to say, okay, our game is worth playing monthly for, and you're gonna play a lot of it. You're gonna put down your new PS4, you're gonna put down your Xbox One, and you're gonna play computer all the time. It's gonna be WildStar. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but definitely EverQuest Next is being free to play. That is what you got to worry about. Livicus says, since you moved to TC for Wolfie World, have you liked the experience so far? Favorites and not so favorite aspects. The bad is the queue times. The queue times can get pretty long, but really the good really outweighs the bad. The good, you have people in Wolfie World constantly, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to wake up in the morning and be like, okay, I want to run with a group, and people would be there. I mean, I don't want to have to wait until a certain time for Wolfie World to get popular again. That's how it was in my last server. I had to wait for people to come online. There'll be a point where there'll be no commanders for hours. I don't like that. I like having a great experience anytime that I'm in. You also see some really cool strategies. I mean, you could be outnumbered, and for some reason the commander was able to pull off a victory out of that and just wipe them all. It's a great experience to be with a commander who's actually experienced in Wolfie World. Perseus15 says, I like that you don't swear in your videos, and my question is, should legendary armor be in boxes, like full sets, or one piece individually? I'm gonna say getting the full set in one box would be the better idea, because separately, they would have to balance, how hard would it be to just get gloves? How hard would it be just to get feet or helmets or chest piece? They have different stats. Would one be harder than the other? Would it be too easy and then all of it as a whole would be a journey? Well, it would give them a sense of progress if they can get, a glove or shoes that they really like, and people can kind of work to that over the course of a very long time. But it also would be easier to balance, everything you work for goes into getting this one box, right? And it can make it incredibly hard to get, and it wouldn't matter because you're getting the full set of gear that you can just change all your stats on, and this is going to be amazing. Pimzone says, do you have all the dyes? What dyes do you use on your character? What is your favorite dye color? P.S. I love Quaggan banter. Do I have all the dyes? No. What dyes do I use on my character? I use Abyss, Celestial, Redemption, and Blood, I think. My favorite dye would have to be Redemption. I think it's probably like the best gold in the game. I mean, really, that rich gold color. I'm just a fan of that gold-ish color. I'm not gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon and say, oh, I love Abyss, I love Celestial, you know, the most expensive dyes, but they do look good. Of course they look good. Oh, and plus Redemption is extremely cheap, so I can put it on all my characters. Quaggan! G-Man 345ism? That's... What? You said legendary needs to be legendary. Will legendary armor have other effects other than only visual effects? Example, the legendary heavy armor will have an additional effect that jumping at a specific height will cause a shockwave that knockbacks foes, and the legendary medium armor will have an additional 1 or 2 dodge bars. Holy crap, OP. I would love to see something like this in Guild Wars 2, but I mean, I don't know if the dodge bars will be there. I really don't think the dodge bars will be there, but if they do add an effect that's not only visual, right, and you can't buy it on a trading post and you actually have to work for this, this will probably be pretty crazy. This will probably be like a prestige for people who really play Guild Wars 2, who, you know, do, like, if they make it in a way where you have to go around the whole world and people who play all the content gets the legendary armor, they will have, you know, something that no one else has. You know, it could be something very small, like legendary armor won't break, right? So you don't have to keep fixing your armor. So if you go into a fractal and you keep dying, you don't have to worry about logging out and logging back in just to go fix your armor. Justin Robson says, do you ever think they'll give us a race change item one day? I don't think they'll ever do this, because since the race, it has so much choice in the beginning when you're creating your character, it'll be kind of hard to just kind of take out all that personal story, all those choices you made, and redo all of that and reset all of that. I wonder how they would do that. I mean, I don't think it's impossible, but I don't think they're, you know, they're gonna put time into creating that instead of all the other things people are asking for. So I mean, I would love to see a class changer. I have a little Azura there, you know, that just, like, I don't use them at all because I didn't want to get a legendary on Azura. I'm sorry for those guys who do. I saw a sunrise on Azura the other day. I was like, oh, yeah, that's really small, man. By the way, why I say class changer is because my Azura is a guardian, and I already have a guardian, which is the Norn, right? The Azura was the first character I ever created, and I love the Azura, and I still do. It's just everything looks small on them. Anyways, guys, that is it for now. Feel free to leave a question down below for me to answer in the next video. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like, share with your friends, leave a comment, say what's up in the comment section below. And stay visual.